Peace be with you and welcome to Spiritual Court. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning back to this platform, welcome, my beautiful Soul Tribe family. I hope that everybody is feeling well, mentally, physically, spiritually. That is absolutely always my prayer for myself. So I extend that to you as well. What I want for myself, I want for my beautiful Soul Tribe, and I want all beautiful things. So I hope that you're keeping yourself in a high frequency. I hope that you are remembering to breathe. That's what I just heard. Remembering to breathe. And I hope that your thoughts are flowing really good, nice and easy peasy, right? Going with the flow as opposed to going against the grain. You already know what going against the grain feels like. It's quite uncomfortable. Sometimes you got to surrender certain things in order for them to work out, be it a person, place, thought, thing, right? You know the story, you know the vibrations. So come on in, let's have a real conversation. We're going to call upon the divine ancestors to come and grace us with their presence. We pay homage to them, thanking them for paving the way so that you and I can be right where we are right now, seeing right now, being right now in this moment. Shout out to the sacrifices that were made. Sometimes we forget to give a shout out to the sacrifices that were made in order for you to carry the torch, right? For your lineage, for your bloodline. So come on in. Archangel Michael, please stand by. War with anything that is opposite of what the divine wants for me and my beautiful soul tribe. I also ask that Archangel Raphael come in to do the healing work, reminding everybody that the Most High says the thoughts I think towards you are that of peace and for you to prosper in the heavens and in the earth. So mote be, come on in. Archangel Metatron's in the building. So y'all are balancing some things out. Are y'all going into nature? Are you getting out? Are you going outside? Yeah, somebody is going through the dark night of the soul. Very heavy energy, y'all. Okay, this says childhood wounds. Okay, absolutely somebody that is a full-grown adult going through some form of a childhood wound, bullying, sexual abuse, trigger warning, physical abuse, toxic parents, and or abandonment. And I can't even say trigger warning. I don't want to set your mind up or set my mind up to be triggered by any of the words that I just mentioned. So shout out to the people that are survivors of any forms of abuse, physical, mental. So let's just see. No self-abuse. That's what I just heard. Yeah. No self-abuse. Be nice to yourself. Be kind to yourself. This is what Spirit is saying. Holy Spirit, what is it that we need to see? You've closed out a cycle successfully. You got some people talking about it. They're watching. But I feel like you could really care less. You're more focused on closing out a cycle. And when a cycle closes, that means that you open up a new one, okay? So let's just see what's going on with the childhood wounds, bullying, sexual abuse, physical abuse, toxic parents, and or abandonment. I just heard heart chakra, self-love, okay? Temperance. Somebody's angels are letting them know that they are there to guide them through this dark night of the soul. Clarify childhood wounds. What is this about? What is this about? Four of Cups. Somebody's kind of sad. Maybe they feel as though they've missed opportunities in life. Okay. I don't know who this person is to you, or maybe this is you. Four of Cups. Why is the Four of Cups there, Holy Spirit? What is this about? What does this mean? The Hangman. Somebody's being sat down to see something from a different perspective. I feel like this is somebody that is watching you, that is being forced to face themselves with the Hangman. You know, the Hangman represents perspective. It's like the universe putting you in a position where you have to see something from a different angle, right? Be that upside down, round and round, topsy-turvy. The universe is going to make sure that you are sat down to recognize something that you could have missed an opportunity with. And you have to ask yourself, why did you miss that opportunity? And if you didn't miss an opportunity, okay, you have to ask yourself, why are you feeling as though you missed some form of an opportunity? You got the Page of Swords, okay? So somebody could be watching you. Who is this person? I feel like they're watching you in a self-loving energy. Yeah, they are. They're watching you. They're watching you. So this is somebody that you left behind with the Two of Wands. This could be somebody that you distance yourself from, that's going through a very severe dark night of the soul. Big wounded child energy is that what I'm picking up, okay? Somebody has to look at the dynamics of their relationships, their first relationships. This could be like their first love, I really feel like the person that you gave your virginity to, or the first person that you ever kissed or showed affection or received affection, I really do feel as though it absolutely molds and shapes the way you see love. It really does set the standard. Hopefully it was a good experience. And if not, it really will always kind of mold you in a way that you see things a certain way. But I feel like when we go into those new relationships, you know, like teenage love and young love, we're doing it from a position of what we've been guided to see as love, right? So did you see your parents kissing, hugging, showing affection to one another? Did you grow up in a single parent home? Whatever the case, whatever the circumstance, I feel like this is somebody that you've removed yourself from. And I feel like they're being forced to look at the dynamics of the beginning of their relationships, meaning like their first lover, their first mother, their first father. Those are your first teachers, your family, right? This person feels defeated. Okay. This could have been a trauma bonded relationship, some type of codependency type of situation. Why is this person feeling this way? They're watching you move forward. And I feel like they are inadvertently learning from you. Yeah. Page of Wands. Somebody's inner child is nudging them to take notes, watching you. Show me the chosen one. With the Two of Wands, you left this person behind. You completed a cycle with this person. Yeah. You came in bearing something more than I feel like what you realized when you came into this person's life. With the Knight of Pentacles, this person is saying, you changed my life. That's what I just heard. Knight of Pentacles, you changed my life. Clarify this person, Holy Spirit, with the Two of Wands. Yeah, it's time for somebody to heal. Somebody really misses you being around. Whatever the reason was for you closing out this cycle, I feel like you did it to self-preserve. I'm getting this energy of self-protection, to guard yourself. You know, whenever you're on these journeys or when you're in these spiritual contracts, if you come to the point in a spiritual contract where the cycle has to close, one has to look at one, self-preserving, putting self first, right? When you put yourself first, you put the plan for your life, the Most High God first. And everything else comes after that, right? So you could have felt like this was somebody that you could not help or somebody that did not want to be helped. That's what I feel. Because they're in this Four of Cups. It's almost like they missed an opportunity to have a really good friendship. Knight of Pentacles with the Three of Cups. You brought a lot of joy into this person's life. This is what they're saying. Okay. And they're watching you literally as you move forward. I just heard the ships sail away. Yeah, watching the ships sail away. So something about an opportunity. Somebody feels as though they should be in this moment with you. Wow. Clarify this person, Holy Spirit. They need to really deal with these childhood wounds. You got the Four of Wands. Four of Wands could be celebrations. That could be a partnership. It absolutely represents divine protection. Whenever I think of the Four of Wands, I think of war angels. Okay. So this could have been like an inner battle, conquering one's inner demons type energy. Yeah. This person needed to conquer their inner demons. They feel as though they've missed a really big opportunity with you. But in reality, they missed an opportunity with themselves. It was never you. It was always them. Queen of Pentacles energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, somebody missed a huge opportunity. So they're feeling, they're going through it. Somebody's going through like an emergency, do or die, dark night of the soul. And this is by way of the universe. The universe is invoking a dark night of the soul because it's almost like they're telling this person, hey, you need to get this now or it's never. We've sent a lot of people towards you. Look at the universe. Aquarius energy, Libra energy, the scales, Gemini energy. What is this person communicating to themselves out loud and silently? That's what I just heard. This is how the universe is showing up as the King of Swords energy. The universe is saying, listen, we want you to have the best life, whatever this is. And somebody needs to be mindful of how they think. This is about them standing in their power. They're watching you. They're taking note. Show me the chosen one. Why is that Ace of Pentacles in the reverse? Yeah. 10 of Cups. This could have been somebody that missed an opportunity to celebrate with you and have a 10 of Cups. Okay. This could absolutely be a twin, a soulmate, somebody that you had a soul contract with. Yeah. Okay. 5 of Cups. They're heavily in regret. Spirit is saying this is the best place for them to be because their inner child needs to have a conversation with them. They've been running from this inner child. This is inner conflict. This is like fighting yourself, fighting depression, not accepting like where the depression is coming from, right? It's stemming from somewhere. Somebody needs to go to the root. Somebody needs to get to the root of it. Okay. They need to start at the beginning. Yeah. Wounded child. I cannot make this up. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. This is a wounded child. This is somebody that feels like they didn't get enough. Something like that. Okay. So trying to function in a relationship where they needed to show up to be a healthy partner absolutely was difficult for this person because somebody wasn't showing up for themselves. Listen, you got the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Okay. This is somebody that's controlling. They could have been really jealous. This could have been somebody that didn't want you to have friends, talk to other people. This is somebody that is very insecure. They're afraid to lose. But it's almost like, you know, it's giving that energy of if you love it, let it go. And if it comes back to you, it belongs to you. Or it's giving, don't smother it. Somebody was smothering here. So this was not a mutual codependent, co-toxic relationship. I feel like you are the stronger of the two. Because with the Three of Cups, you're coming in with this energy like celebration, happy, joy, peace. Queen of Pentacles, you're very grounded. You're stable. Okay. You're somebody that can withstand a lot. And it's not that you look to go through anything, but you've gained some type of inner strength that you listen to your intuition and it's guided you to walk away. Clarify this Queen of Wands in the reverse with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, they're going to have to let something go. They're going to have to let something go. This could have been like a toxic idea, something that has, you know, kind of grown within their mental space of what they believe was the series of events that led up to them missing an opportunity with you. I feel like this person could have been delusional. I feel like they could have been telling themselves why it ended, not wanting to admit the fact of why it happened. This is the energy that I'm getting. Yes. So it's like almost like this person sees everybody walking away from them and it's everybody but them. But now they're by themselves. The universe has isolated them. Okay. For good reasons. It's do or die. Do you want to live? This is what the universe is saying. Well, then pick up your bed and walk. But before you do that, we're going to need you to come on in here and your inner child has to have a conversation with you. Yeah, there are people in your past that you need to see from a child's perspective. You need to go back into those memories and you need to forgive those people or release them the best way that you can. And if you don't do that immediately, work at it. And eventually you will have released whatever this is that's holding you back from being healthy, stable, mentally sound as an adult. A full adult child is what I just heard. So 4 of Wands and the 10 of Cups. Somebody missed an opportunity with you. Yeah. I feel like somebody showed up a certain way and then you saw something with the 2 of Swords in the reverse and you're like, yeah, I gotta go. You know, you left them with peace, love, and light though. You left them with a really good lesson. So Spirit is saying that they need to pick up from that point and they need to go love themselves. Okay. But I feel like somebody's watching you. Okay. Clarify the Chosen. Somebody's watching you celebrate. Somebody's watching you be stable. Yeah. This person did a lot of stuff though. You know what's so crazy? Is they're feeling very, very guilty, sad, and depressed, and they're fighting inner demons. That's what I just heard. They're fighting their own inner demons in this like spiritual closet. It's like they have to relive what they did to you, and they don't like the fact that it makes them look like a monster because you're coming out as somebody as the 3 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and somebody that's really, really nice. And I feel like this person at some point wanted to possess you. This is like a possessive energy, like, you know, where you think you're going type ass energy with the 8 of Swords in the reverse and you broke free. This is like a mental imprisonment. This is not getting caught up in somebody else's consciousness or the lack thereof or their unconscious behavior. Thank you, Spirit. Their toxicity. You're somebody that's grounded. You're stable. You're strong. You didn't allow this situation to put you in some type of a whirlwind of psychosis and energy that didn't belong to you. These are not your thoughts. Yeah, so you walked away, okay? This person, you could have even said, you know, you met the representative and then you saw the real person. The real person is the 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups. 4 plus 5, this person's got to go through an ego death. More than an ego death, y'all. They need to talk to their inner child. You got the 8 of Wands in the reverse, so there's no communication, okay? So since you've been gone, since you walked away, maybe you thought, hey, this is better for me, better for you, that I don't communicate with you. This is really like really making this person feel sad. But again, if they really sit still long enough, They'll realize that all their relationships since childhood have been this way. Yeah, somebody's seeing you as a mothering energy. So what does that mean? That means that they have mother issues or father issues, because you're coming up as the empress, a nurturer. You know, you are somebody that gives birth to good energy. When you come in, everything gets better. You know, you make sure that everybody is okay. You make sure that you are okay first and foremost, and everybody else after that. What is in your cup belongs to you type energy. And what overflows is stuff and energy that you decide to give away to whomever you choose, right? And somebody's seeing you as a mother. Yeah, listen. This person presented themselves as somebody that they were not. Okay. And it didn't take long for you to pull back the layers with the 7 of Cups and the 2 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. What did they do by way of betrayal? All of their relationships have been like this, is what I heard. But when they got to you, you brought something different. You mirrored back to this person who they are. They don't like it. They're fighting inner demons. Somebody's own mind has turned on them. They were too busy trying to control you. They got caught up in some type of an illusion of trying to trap you, control you. Queen of Wands in the reverse, Page of Pentacles. This could be a feminine or a masculine. The Empress could be a masculine or a feminine. But the universe is showing up as the King of Swords. So the universe is like, it's now or never type energy. You're going to have to deal with this childhood. You see the children, 6 of Cups, nostalgia, the past, Akashic records. Somebody's got to possibly go all the way back to the womb. It's given Dianetics. It's given self-audit of the mind. Somebody's fighting their own inner battles. It's interesting because somebody's mind is now being weaponized against them for things that they've done to other people, and they can't get out of their head about it. Somebody's got to face their own guilt. I feel like what the biggest issue is here is somebody is now asking themselves, why did I do that? Type energy. I think this is the first time in this person's life that they've ever asked themselves, why did they do that? 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck is stressful. Somebody's asking themselves, like, why did I do that? Like, what's wrong with me? That's a good question to ask yourself, right? Now sit with yourself until you figure out what's wrong. Yeah, nobody's coming. You're it. Do you want to walk? Then pick up your bed and walk, right? That's the energy. Yeah, that's what I feel. So whatever the case, whatever the circumstance, somebody is like watching you, okay? You're in the self-care, self-love energy. They're saying that you were always nice. Something about you getting what it is that you deserve, putting yourself in alignment with beautiful energy, beautiful people, beautiful thoughts, watching where your energy goes, where it flows to, what you give yourself attention to, right? Or what you give yourself over to, literally, right? Clarify. I just heard you're surrendering to the divine. You're surrendering to truth, and the Ace of Swords comes out. I love it when my spirit team talks to me in a way, and then the cards confirm it. It's always interesting. As long as I've been doing this, it still makes me feel giddy. You know, like, I just thought that. And here comes the Ace of Swords. So listen, we got the 10 of Swords. What did this person do that they believe that they just can't forgive themselves for? Okay, this could have been an opportunity. 6 of Pentacles, something about equal give and take. What's the 10 of Swords, Holy Spirit? Why are they feeling so guilty? What is going on? Queen of Wands in the reverse, the Chariot. They're under judgment. Who is this person? Queen of Wands in the reverse. This could be a younger sibling. This could be a little sister. I just heard little sister. See the girl there and the girl? This could be a boy. This could be a girl. I feel like it's 2 girls. I feel like this is your little sister that betrayed you. Yeah, there's somebody in your family. They're thinking about childhood. This person could be drinking a lot, you know, maybe having a little bit too much wine, maybe a couple of bottles of wine. Yeah, something like that. You got the Chariot and you got the 6 of Pentacles. Whatever this is, they're under judgment. What did they do, Holy Spirit, with the 6 of Pentacles and the Chariot? Why is that here? They paid somebody to end you. So somebody in your family, a sister, a family member, paid somebody to end you. This person is stuck in some type of weird, like, deep depression about it. They're asking themselves, what's wrong with me? You got the Chariot and the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody tried to, like, stop you, block you. Ten of Swords, they wanted to see you down. You figured it out. Somebody was projecting a lot of illusions onto you. So when I said you met the representative, it's almost like somebody turned into being somebody else. I could be picking up on a partnership, and I can also be picking up on a sibling. I feel like they're both going through similar things. Oddly, I'm picking up on two people. Yeah. You got the star energy. Somebody feels like you've always been the star. Yeah, it's giving sibling, y'all. It's giving sibling. It's also giving partner. You know what's interesting about the universe is when you don't learn certain lessons, or you need to learn certain lessons, the universe will send you pretty much the same person in a different body. So this could have been somebody that you were in a relationship with, and also a sibling. They're giving off the same energy. You got the Four of Swords. Somebody feels tired. Somebody feels restless. Somebody feels like you always figure it out. Okay. Yeah. I feel like you've moved on. Why is this here in spiritual court for this person? What is it that the spirit wants them to know? Yeah. They did a lot of bad things to you. Somebody's having to lay in their sick bed and they don't like it. They want to get up and walk, but they're too. And when I mean sick, I mean in terms of why did I do that? Like somebody did some very dark things in a hopes to destroy you. Somebody got excited about this. Yeah, somebody's now looking at themselves like, what is wrong with me? What am I? I feel like somebody feels like a monster. Yeah, I feel like they feel guilty. The moon in the reverse, because you figured it out. They know that you know whatever this is that they did that you were never supposed to find out. Yeah, they know that you know. The Three of Pentacles. What's the Three of Pentacles for this person, Holy Spirit? A lot of earth energy here. Water energy and earth. Nine of Pentacles. Something about you being single, independent, self-sufficient. Three of Pentacles. This person could have been talking about you. The moon in the reverse. Planted something. Somebody wanted you done. Ten of Swords. They could have paid somebody to do something. What's the Six of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords? What did they pay somebody to do? I don't know. To take out an earth angel? To block your protection? What is this? Clarify. What did they pay somebody to do? To unalive you. So you got somebody in your family that paid somebody to unalive you. Wow. Clarify this person. Yeah. Ten of Pentacles came up in the reverse. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody paid a whole bunch of money to have you taken out. Got the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Clarify death in the Ten of Pentacles. Wow, that went dark real quick. Yeah, this is like a sibling or some sort. Somebody's birthday might be in March, November, December, July, September, May. I'm getting all the months, honestly. So this could have been them connected to other people. Yeah. They were connected to somebody. This is like a broken connection, friendship, Two of Cups. It's like a dark union. This is somebody that was never really in your life to be in your life. I'm getting somebody that whoever you are, I feel like you encountered very similar people that reminded you of your family. If you really look at your spouse, if you've ever been married, or your wife or your husband, there's a lesson there. Like somebody's husband reminds them of their mother or something like that. Or maybe you just keep meeting the same energy because there was a lesson here that you needed to learn. And the lesson was self-love. Once you did that, once you consciously made a decision to close these cycles out in truth and walk away from people that you knew you couldn't help, the universe was like, that's what's up. We got you. Look, now you're in alignment with people who love themselves. You love yourself because this is real, genuine love. You could have gone through some childhood issues as well, right? Maybe that's where the magnetism was at that time. Okay. Because if you're like me and, you know, people say, oh, I'm a healer, I'm a this. Most people that say that always attract people that need to be healed, which is not always a bad thing. But when you have been healed, you will start to just be a mirror to people because at the end of the day, it's ultimately up to them. You got somebody leaving therapy right now with the hopes that the therapist worked everything out. But in reality, the therapist didn't do anything. The therapist just sat there and listened to you talk. You did it all. Congratulations. You saved yourself. Look at you. right? It's giving that kind of energy. So childhood wounds, bullying. Yeah, somebody is off the chain here. I feel like I'm picking up on a lover and a sibling. Interesting, but the universe is saying no more. And the reason being is that this kind of energy doesn't resonate with you. These could have been people that maybe you felt like you had to save. That's what I just heard. And they misunderstood that connection. Yeah. Now somebody's watching you. You've successfully closed out a cycle, meaning the energy doesn't resonate with you. So now they want to know how you did it. Show me the chosen one. You're very protected. That's what I just heard. You could have been guided to guard yourself. Look at this. I can't make it up. 9 of Wands. Protecting your energy, protecting your heart. I just heard. King of Cups energy. King of Cups is emotionally mature, right? Emotionally rational. Yeah, these are broken unions. You walked away from these people. You didn't resonate with them anymore with the three of Pentacles in the reverse. Clarify the King of Cups and a 9 of Wands, Holy Spirit. Yeah, look at you. Balanced. Congratulations. This is like taking care of self, not feeling guilty for people that you couldn't help. You did the best that you could. And also forgiving yourself, for maybe what you didn't recognize before you got into relationships. The spirit is saying you successfully learned these lessons. And when I mean forgiving yourself for what you could not see, this is like seeing self, knowing who you are. You got the Queen of Pentacles here. You're stable. You're grounded. Show me the chosen one. You're stable, you're grounded, and you're moving forward. So the Chariot represents willpower, inner strength. I just heard determination. That's what's up. That is what's up. You're walking in the truth, honey. Listen, once you start to tell yourself the truth, you cannot tell a lie. And even if you do, it ain't going to work. Your heart chakra is going to remind you, hey, you going to lie to me? It's me. You lying to self? You're in danger. Don't lie to yourself. Tell yourself the truth no matter how hard it is. In the presence of yourself. Once you did, the universe was like, bet, we'll support that. So now with these cycles being closed successfully, that's the thing, successfully being closed. Okay. You got new cycles that are opening. Show us what we need to see. Yeah. 8 of Cups. You're going, you're leaving, you're walking away, you're moving forward. You are leaving something behind. There's cups behind you. Emotional cups, empty cups. That's what I just heard. Yeah. You're leaving these things behind. These people are wounded children. Page of Cups. Page of Cups is given like a younger sibling, y'all. Something like that. But justice is being served. That means that the scales are being balanced out. Not only that, you're doing it with a lot of zeal and courage. This is you doing something for you, moving forward, not asking for permission, but taking charge of your own life, controlling your own thoughts, watching where your mind goes, what you think about. Okay, every time you have a thought, say, why am I thinking that? What do I need to do with that? What am I learning from that? Or it could be a thought that's on repeat. How long you going to repeat that thought, right? How long you want to think about that? What can you do about that? Yeah, listen, this is enlightenment. Enlightenment is the light that is within you and the light that is on the outside of you. You're radiant. With the sun, that's like pure joy. That's like being happy. Yeah. And whoever this person is, I feel like you can't help them. Clarify this 9 of Cups in the reverse. I feel like this is a sibling. Yeah. Somebody has to come in and give you something, or there's something coming in by way of unexpected abundance. Okay. Or this is just you in a very abundant energy. When you're happy and your heart is good and you're feeling in high vibrations, it's easy to manifest the 10 of Pentacles. When you're genuine and you've forgiven yourself and you've forgiven others and you forgave yourself mostly for what you needed to forgive yourself for. Most times it's forgiving yourself for forgetting about yourself. Getting into relationships where you start taking care of people more than you start taking care of yourself. Sometimes that could be dangerous for a healer. So now that you have healed, you are simply a mirroring back to people what it is that they need to see. And somebody doesn't like the dark night of the soul. You got the 9 of Cups. All wishes are being fulfilled. This is radiant energy. You got the King to the Queen. This might be a partnership. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody's coming in to take a leap of faith. I feel like you've eliminated fear. I feel like this is the type of energy where you might want to be with somebody. You don't need to. It's not a codependent energy. And that's beautiful. You got the King to the Queen of Cups. 2 people that love themselves, respect themselves, that want to have a good life, that are already having a good life. in the Nine of Pentacles, single and self-sufficient, together, we are the 10 of Pentacles. That's what I just heard. Yeah, love and light. It's beautiful. You are definitely moving forward. This could also represent travel, y'all. Okay. Two of Wands could also be you thinking about the future, what you want to do now, creating a 2-year, 5-year, 10-year plan. God willing, what is going to happen in that time. And I feel like you're making a very beautiful, decent effort, and somebody's watching you stand in this power. You are a really great example for whoever this person is, whether they want to accept it or not, of how to successfully close out childhood trauma, wounds, and the shadows. Yeah, this is what you are. This is what you represent. I can't make it up. Going within. Okay. Again, being alone and being lonely are two completely different things. But with the Hermit, it's about purification, going within, finding out who you are, knowing who you are, rest and relaxation. With the Four of Swords, it's like, Four of Swords is kind of like, peace be still energy. Going within long enough that you can hear your own voice and determine what it is that you want to do next. Who am I today? What is it that I want to get rid of? Or if you feel weird ass energies around you, like when you're in this meditative state, it's easy to recognize whether or not the energy belongs to you. And if it does not, you have to make a decision. Do you transmute it, or do you just focus more in on yourself? And it appears as though you went within, and this is really where your superpower is stemming from. I can't make it up. Beautiful, divine feminine energy. You are radiant. Empress energy is beautiful. Clarify Empress energy, Holy Spirit. And you're in a partnership, but I feel like this one's different. Okay. You've closed out a cycle with what appears to be possibly even back-to-back toxic relationships, or maybe they got toxic. These are the kind of people that never let go. They're going to have to let go. That's what I just heard. It's like, these are the kind of people, they don't want to let go. They don't ever want you to go. Two of Cups in the reverse. This is not love. Real love is saying if you love somebody, you let them go. And even if they don't come back to you, you love them enough to let them decide for themselves. Yeah, that's what it is. You're standing your ground. I can't make this up. So you could have had a lot of like codependent relationships because you are this healer, or because you were the healer energy. Now you're in this, hey, I'm going to be an example of what it is that I expect from everything inside of me and outside of me. And that's what I'm going to receive, meaning person, place, and thing. So when these people stop resonating with you, they felt slighted. Okay. Two of Cups in the reverse. You could have even noticed a pattern in your behavior. You're like, look, I keep attracting people that I got to heal. I want equal give and take type energy. You could have had to look at yourself, and you did. And you made a decision. Now that you've closed out this cycle, you're only attracting true love, because this is the energy that you're walking in with the Ace of Swords. You got the Page of Swords. Somebody's got to take note. They're watching you. Clarify the Page of Swords, Holy Spirit. Yeah, I can't make this up. Four of Wands. Somebody's watching you go towards happiness. You got a soulmate here. You got somebody that you're going to work very, very well with. You're already happy by yourself. You're just happy, single, having a good time. All right. That's what I feel. And I feel like somebody's coming in and it's just going to add to your joy, which is beautiful, and your happiness. It is a happily ever after. Clarify this person watching. Yeah, they're stuck. The universe has them like this. Like literally the universe shook them like, hey, you stop blaming everybody. You got to, it's like the universe set them down in the King of Swords energy. That's what I feel. Like could have knocked them over. The universe could have knocked this person over and sat them down. Yeah, look. It's hard in the dark night of the soul, but you got to face yourself. Yeah, look, Five of Cups. They're finally admitting, hey, they are the problem. That's a good place to start. Somebody's holding them accountable to their own behavior. Even if they were mistreated by other people, and that is inevitably how they turned out to be that way, hurt people. Somebody still has to deal with how they've not let things go and how they've allowed things to mold and shape them. We've all had to do it. Nobody's exempt from it. Nobody's exempt from that. Yeah, look, they're going through a hard ego death. It's hard. It's tough. There's no other way to get to this High Priestess energy. There's no shortcuts. I wish there were shortcuts. It's ugly in there, isn't it? It's so ugly when you got to go within at that level, but you always come out on top. The Most High is like, I'm always right here. I never left you, Yeah, somebody could feel like they've lost time, but what is time? When you're just passing through, what is time really? You know, we always hear time is an illusion, but what is it really? If the Most High says, okay, I'll give you 1,000 years on the earth, and let's just say you're 43 years old, yeah, you still a baby. But nobody knows the time, the day, and the hour. Well, some people do. Some people get premonitions and they make negotiations of when they want to leave this world. However, that's a whole other ball of wax. Whatever the case, listen. Somebody feels like they've lost time, but in reality, they're exactly where they need to be. Yeah, look, the universe is telling them to release these burdens. You are not the problem. Somebody was trying to hold you back. Okay, somebody needed an excuse not to grow, and holding you back somehow was sufficient. You know, somebody felt this suffices, okay, by way of me not having to take accountability for myself, only finding themselves to be defeated and depleted of these excuses and lies that they kept telling themselves that they didn't have to change. Yeah, now that everybody is gone. Because I feel like the universe has literally like isolated this person. Like maybe they can't get into another relationship or something like this. Like the universe is shutting it down because it's do or die. The universe is saying, we're sending people into your life to help you. We need you to take this and do what it is you're supposed to do. This is inner work, toil and labor. Is it going to be easy? Probably not. But there's nobody that you're fighting but yourself. Them inner battles ain't no joke, right? Because you got to fight your own inner demons. That's what I just heard. Yeah. Wow. Anything else, Holy Spirit? Yeah, I can't make this up. 3 of Wands. You're making somebody rethink their future. You're making somebody look at the past, the present, and the future. This is the way that healthy relationships or toxic relationships turn healthy. Even if you're not in a relationship with them, you leave people with so much love and light that it's inevitable that the universe will absolutely follow up with that energy to remind this person, hey, you're going to have to look at your relationships, your friendships. So this person could also be holding on to toxic friendships, like people that are like, yeah, they're not loyal. These are not good, loyal people. Yeah, like that. Just giving that kind of energy. 2 of Cups in the reverse, out of fear of being alone. That's what I just heard. Clarify. Out of fear of being alone. Yeah, they got to let something go. They could be very, very afraid. 4 of Pentacles. Okay. It's not easy when you go through an awakening and you realize that your whole family dynamic is toxic. You know, and you got to let your whole family go and be that temporary for a moment, momentarily or indefinitely. Yeah, it's not easy. This person is watching you stand in your confidence. Queen of Wands in the upright. Okay. And the Empress and the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. I just heard, don't do anything that you cannot live with. Watch your choices, watch your decisions. This does not mean that things have to be perfect, but when you've gone through enough, you got to make sure that you make decisions that you are well with at the end of the day, that you can live with yourself with, right? Don't do yourself like that. Don't drive yourself crazy, making bad decisions based off of other people's emotions and thoughts and things like that, because they will inevitably lead you to a mental state that don't belong to you. Yeah, I can't make it up. This person's looking at their inner child. Okay, they're watching you. What is this Page of Pentacles energy? Yeah, somebody's watching you. Be celebrated. I feel like this person wants to come in and celebrate with you. They don't know how to approach you. But Spirit is saying the reason why they can't approach you because they've not done the work. Not enough that they can be around you. And you may never reconcile with this person. Yeah, look, but the veil has been lifted. Somebody's seeing the truth. Somebody has to face the truth. Wow. What's the outcome here for this person, Holy Spirit? Yeah. They got to deal with this. They're down for the count, y'all. So this person could have betrayed a lot of people. Okay. Something like that. Held on to toxic relationships out of fear for being alone, like that. Or just letting family members treat them any kind of way. That type of energy. This is somebody that has to deal with everything that they did. With the 10 of Swords, they're down for the count. They could finally be getting back some of that karma. This is a part of the lesson, meaning now they got people that are betraying them, or they're finding out that these people betrayed them the way they betrayed you and others. And so now they're getting a feeling of what real betrayal feels like, right? How else to teach this person hands-on, least they feel it. That karma spins the block. So now somebody's feeling it because they went somewhere and got betrayed, right? Wow. So this is the message, y'all. I love y'all, okay? We're gonna close this out. Whoever this person is, we send them love and light. Hopefully they will continue to love on themselves and see the truth. But you, my friend, have a beautiful relationship here, not just with others, but with yourself. More importantly, with self and source. And you're very, very beautiful. You're very, very handsome. You're radiant right now. You're loving yourself and you're feeling really, really good. Your inner child is having a ball. You ever think about your inner child and you're just like, oh, that's so cute. She was so cute. You know, I look at my inner child. Sometimes I see pictures of her. Or when I do have pictures, I don't have any pictures, y'all. When I tell y'all I had lost everything, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But remembering my face as a child and being here right now, I'll look at her sometimes and I'm like, girl, look at what we did. We turned out okay. Oh, that was hard, wasn't it? That's how I talk to my inner child. And she just laughs. She's very happy, always happy. You know, she always found a way to be happy. So, needless to say, love on your inner child. I hope whoever this person is, they take note. They need to know that you are not coming back to save them. I feel like this person anticipated that you somehow would come back and save them, or that this relationship would be salvageable considering the circumstances. Some relationships you just got to let go. And that's okay. It's all right. You'll be fine. It's all right. You got to let it go. Just send them love and light. Or if you think about them or they come across your mind or your path, you say, you know what? God bless that person that betrayed me, wherever they are. Okay. Trust me, because karma don't miss. It's not about karma. And sometimes when the lesson comes back, it's like times 10. It's hard. It's difficult. So I love y'all. Okay. Drop a heart down below. Thank you for the love, the support, the likes, the shares, the donations. I am eternally grateful. I will see y'all soon for more readings. Until then, peace be with you.